Right, good morning everyone and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now 2 days ago we shared a story on the channel about an older gentleman in his 50s who wants to make a family, buy a girl out of the bar and get married.
What? What the fuck?
Now the major problem with this is not that she is a bar girl, it's that she is an 18-year-old girl from Isan, and this guy wants to come to Thailand in October, pay for her to get out of the bar, marry her, support her and impregnate her. Now, to my bewilderment, there are actually some guys that see no wrong in this whatsoever. Now, before I discuss this subject, I just want to make one thing very clear. In Southeast Asia, it is not frowned upon for older gentlemen to marry and make a family with young girls, 18 plus. At the end of the day, they are of legal age. However, in the West, we find it morally wrong, and that's mainly down to a few factors. The first one being, when you are 50 years of age, you have lived a very full life. You have had a lot of life experience, and by that age, you should have ethics, morals, self-respect, your own code of conduct. Need I say any more? You've probably been married and divorced and had several relationships. Now, when it comes to an 18-year-old girl from Isan, they have not learned that much. Over here in Isan, these girls tend to be from poor villages. They don't tend to learn that much at the tender age of 18. And normally they do have the mentality of an 11 or 12-year-old European girl. So these girls really don't have a clue. They've got no life experience whatsoever. And in essence, they are still babies.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now let's be honest. In a place like Pattaya, a lot of guys from around the world want to fulfill their fetishes and their fantasies, and a lot of older gentlemen are highly interested in younger girls. And at the end of the day, the way they see it is that if they're going to come over here and pay money to be with someone, they might as well pay money to be with someone that they cannot have back in their own country. And they might pay for it for 1, 2 or 3 nights. However, this case is very different. This guy is in his 50s and he wants to come here, buy her out of the bar, stick her in a condo, give her a monthly salary of around about 8,000, which is pittance for a 50-year-old to give an 18-year-old, by the way. Normally, you would be forking out at least 30,000 plus due to the vast age difference. Now guys, I have no problem with age differences, don't get me wrong. Some people seem to have got me wrong in the comments. Age is just a number, and I do agree to a certain extent, but not when you're 18 years old. For me, an adult is when you hit 21, and even then, you've got a lot to learn and you've still got a lot to experience in life. However, I do believe that, you're an adult at 21. At 18, you're of legal age, but you're still a kid. Also, there was a lot of misinformation within the comments section as well in regards to how old you need to be to work in a bar here in Thailand and how old you need to be to drink alcohol here in Thailand. So let me get this right for the guys that don't have a clue. Here in Thailand, you have to be 18 years of age to work. That's to work, guys, not drink, to work in a bar. So they are of legal age to work in a bar at 18 years of age. However, in order to drink alcohol, it was a big surprise to me because I don't see this law enforced in the 8+ years that I've been here. Apparently, according to the law, you have to be 20 years of age to consume alcohol here in Thailand. However, like I said, I have never ever seen this enforced before, and I have seen a lot of girls and guys that are under the age of 20 drinking alcohol while I've lived here. Now, just about a bit of closure on this story of the 18-year-old and the 50-year-old. To be exact, he's 51, coming up to 52 this year, and she is 18, coming up to 19 years of age this year. Guys, if you come to Thailand and you want to mess around with young girls and they're available to you, then I'm not going to say anything about that, okay? Nothing at all. I understand what it's like here. I understand why men, come here to Thailand. They want to experience what they can't have, for the most part, in their own countries. And I'm not going to say anything about that whatsoever. But to come here and want to make an 18-year-old girl pregnant and marry her and be with her and live happily ever after, you are absolutely kidding yourself. And plus, it's morally wrong. For me, which I know some people disagree with, their brains haven't fully developed. They're not mature enough to make big decisions. At the end of the day, a poor Isan farm girl that's 18, that doesn't know much, that has zero life experience, if a guy who looks like he's rich is offering her the world, offering to put her up in an apartment, offering to give her a monthly salary, possibly a wedding dowry, then she feels like she's hit the jackpot. She's about to live her dream. But little does she know, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for her to be with that 50-year-old. And it ain't going to last in the long term. If you guys can look back to how you thought and how you felt at the age of 18 compared to when you was the age of 25, compared to the age you are now, there's a massive difference, and you go through a hell of a lot of changes, and you change your mind, you change your perspective. A lot of things about you as a human being changes, and there is no way on this planet Earth that an 18-year-old is gonna fall in love with a 50-plus-year-old guy, genuinely love and care for him, and live happily ever after for the next 10 or 20 years. No matter what guys say, even if they say, no, I'm with a young girl and everything's great. No, she's just great at acting, and she's happy to not work, and she's happy for you to give her everything that she could possibly imagine, because she's not going to get it in any other way apart from through some type of foreigner that's willing to be that type of foreigner. Oh, and one last thing before I move over to the next subject. Guys, stop hiding behind that this is Southeast Asia and things are totally different here. If you're from Europe, you are not from Southeast Asia. Your morals, your ethics, you got them from Europe, not from here. You're just having a holiday here, or you're living here, but you got brought up in Europe, and you should have generated ethics and morals from your own country. So please stop using the excuse that it's okay over here, everything's different in Thailand. It's not wrong. Yeah, it's not wrong to people that are from here, but it's wrong to everyone who is not from here, where we grow up in a different society, a different culture, and where most of us find it morally wrong. Guys, stop hiding behind the culture and how things are different over here because you are not from here. I agree that you have to adapt to the culture, but you can't change your core values, your ethics, your morals, who you are. Yeah, it's impossible to integrate that way unless you was already that type of person back home. You were just hiding it from everyone because you knew that other people wouldn't accept your behavior. Something to think about for that small percent of men that have commented on the last video in a way where they don't understand how it is morally wrong. Guys, give your head a wobble. Come on. Right, now moving on to the next subject. We have an upcoming story which hopefully will be available in the next few days, and it's about something that I have never spoken about on the channel. I know a lot about it, but nobody has sent in a story in regards to it, so I've never spoken about it on the channel. Now I'm going to read out his email, but the full story is coming very soon. Hello Dan, I have been a subscriber to your channel for about 2 years now and always enjoy your videos and of course the humour. I have a true story to share with you, a very sad and also frightening story. It doesn't involve the usual farang stories, but a story of a Thai lady I met, and although nothing became of it, due probably to me not being a newbie, we have kept in touch as friends for 4 years. Until recently, I dropped the friendship after I found out she was people trafficking. She is trafficking her own people to the Middle East, Korea and India to work in restaurants. It is a story that has never been covered before, and the reason that I would like to share it is to show how low this lady and other Thai ladies will go to make money. Since I uncovered what she was doing, it has truly upset me, and I genuinely can't get my head around it, as it will probably take me a long time to type it out. I would like to ask you, is this story something that you might be interested in? Kind regards. Right guys, so let me know if this is something that you're interested in hearing about. I personally know a lot about this, about women sending other women to other countries to do dastardly deeds, if you know what I'm saying. And they get a commission on every single person they send over. I was a bit worried about talking about a subject like this, so I didn't want to go into great detail and tell my own story about what I know about this kind of stuff that goes on. But if someone is willing to send in their own personal story, then I'm more than happy to share it, because I like to share the truth about what really goes on, whether it's good or bad, guys. We like to tell the truth on this channel. It's not a popularity contest. This channel is not being designed to grow loads and loads and loads of subscribers and be the most popular guy on YouTube, because what I talk about is definitely not going to make me Mr. Popular, because a lot of guys don't like to hear the truth about what they're getting up to here in Thailand, and especially Thai women don't want me to tell the truth about what they are really getting up to. For the most part, it's about what they're doing with foreigners, and that's what I try to advise on. But this next story is going to be different, because this does not involve any farangs. So let us know if this is something that you wish to hear about, and if you have a story about something similar of this nature, then feel free to share it on the channel and get your emails sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Apart from that, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope I made it clear about my own personal thoughts when it comes to 50-plus-year-old men wanting to impregnate and marry 18-year-old Isan girls. Guys, it's morally wrong on so many different levels. We're not just talking about one happy night or a couple of happy nights for you guys. We're talking about somebody that wants to make an 18-year-old girl pregnant and marry her. I just can't get my head around guys that can say there's nothing wrong with it. You only live once, be happy. It just makes me think that, bloody hell, what kind of life have these guys lived in order to think like this? And obviously they mustn't have daughters of their own, because if they did, imagine how you would feel if you found out your 18-year-old daughter is having relations with a 50-plus-year-old guy that wants to pay her a salary, yeah, marry her and impregnate her. What do you think you would do to that guy if you had a daughter in that kind of situation? It would be absolutely mind-blowing, and the rage that you would feel would be off the charts. Stop hiding that this is Southeast Asia and it's okay and it's morally fine. You are not from Southeast Asia, most of you. You're from Europe, so get a grip. Give yourself a slap, like I said in the video I made 2 days ago, or give your head a wobble and think about what you're doing. Stay morally correct, guys. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.